class. This class is for class 8 and today we will discuss a new chapter, that is 8th chapter in your textbooks, and that is profit and loss. So I hope you must have read this chapter in the previous class, in class 7, in which you must have learned these three things: cost price CP, selling price SP, and overhead charges. But for your reference I have written it already. So let's discuss what is cost price. Cost price is the price at which any article is bought to sell it. Selling price is price at which the article is sold. And what are overhead charges? Extra expenditure. Suppose I want to get some heavy item from a warehouse to my home. So whatever in between, whatever conveyance charges I spend, that will come on extra expenditure. Now what is loss, what is profit percent, what is loss percent? I will be writing the formula. So first thing is, what is profit? Profit is always when selling price is greater than cost price, or selling price minus cost price is profit when selling price is greater than cost price. Similarly, what is loss? Loss is when cost price is greater than selling price. Cost price is greater than selling price. So loss is cost price minus selling price. Always remember, profit and loss are always calculated on the cost price. So in any sort of questions, when we move on to the questions I'll discuss, but still for any sort of questions you need to know the cost price of the article or of the thing in the question, whichever we are finding. So profit percent is profit in rupees upon CP into 100. Similarly, loss percent is loss in rupees upon CP into 100. These three are the basic formulae. Profit percent, when you are calculating, you will write profit in rupees upon CP into 100. Loss percent, when we are finding, that is loss upon CP into 100. How this formula came? This formula is based on the percentage. Profit means the difference. So difference upon original. What was original? Always cost price is considered to be original into 100. Similarly, loss is again the difference upon original into 100. That you have studied in the chapter percentage. Now there is one more formula that directly gives you selling price. Selling price is, if it is profit, then profit percent 100 plus profit percent or minus loss percent upon 100 into CP. What is the meaning of this? I'll discuss it later. If you know the profit percent and you know either CP or SP, you have to find one thing from, if SP is given, you have to find CP, then also we can use this formula, or CP is given, cost price is given, and you have to find the selling price, then you can use this formula. When it is profit percent, it will be 100 plus profit percent upon 100 into cost price. Then if it is loss given, then selling price will be 100 minus loss percent upon 100 into cost price. These formulae you need to remember, memorize, learn, and there is nothing beyond these formulae in your whole chapter. If you know these formulae, you can easily solve any of the questions. Now I am starting the exercise. In this, let's see what is there. Exercise 8. There are, I think, there are 10 questions, 12 questions. So I will be doing in the multiples of 2. Let's start with question number 2. In question number 2 they say Ramesh bought 10 cycles for rupees 500 each. 10 cycles for rupees 500 each. Then what do they say? He spent 2000 on repairs. Then he's spending on repairs. Repairs means overhead charges. Rupees 2000. And he sold them for 750 each. He sold 5 of them. Sold 5 for rupees 750 each. And rest at rupees 550 each. At rupees 550 each, find his gain or loss percent. Now, he purchased 10 cycles for rupees 500. So total cost price, I am writing it over here. Total CP of cycles at rupees 500, it will be 500 into 10, that is rupees 55,000. Rupees 5,000. He purchased 10 cycles for rupees 5,000. Then overhead was 2,000. Overhead is rupees 2,000. So total CP, or you can say final CP. Final CP is rupees 5 plus 2,000, 5,000 plus rupees 2,000, that is rupees 7,000. In total, he spent rupees 7,000. Now when he's selling 5 for 750. So selling price of 5 cycles at rupees 750 is equal to 750 into 5, that is rupees 3750. And the selling price of rest 5 cycles at rupees 550 is equal to 550 into 5, that is 2750. So this is the final CP. We will calculate the final SP. So final SP or selling price is rupees 3750 plus rupees 2750. This is 0, 0, 15, 3, 2, 4, 6,500. Now this is the selling price and this is the cost price. You can easily make out whether he is having profit or he is loss. What is greater? You can easily make out that cost price is greater, because cost price is 7,000 and selling price is 6,500. If cost price is greater, it means he is suffering a loss. How much loss? 7,000, that is cost price, minus selling price. So it is for rupees 500. There is a loss of rupees 500 for him. Now it means we have to calculate, the question says, what is his gain or loss percent? We have to calculate loss in percent. We know that loss percent is loss upon CP into 100. So loss percent will be loss. Loss is how much? 500. CP will be considered as total CP in the whole business. So total CP is 7,000. 7,000 into 100, 0, 0, 0, 3 zeros cancelled, 50 upon 7%, or you can say 7 7s are 49 and 1 upon 7% is the loss. So final value is loss, that is how much? 7 whole 1 upon 7% is the loss that he has to suffer. I hope this question will be clear to you. Now we move on to question number 4. I'm rubbing it out and leaving these formulas so that you can remember them, memorize them and learn them. Now question number 4 is question number 4. What is that? If selling price of 20 articles, selling price of 20 articles is equal to cost price of 15 articles. Cost price of 15 articles. Find profit or what is the loss percent? You have to find out the loss percent. It means it is for sure that in this problem there is a loss to the shopkeeper. Now how to solve this? You can see that nothing is given, only one statement is given, that selling price of 20 articles is equal to cost price of 15 articles. And just now I said that whenever we calculate loss or profit, we always calculate it on cost price. So we need to have a cost price with us. But here it is not given. So we will assume that let the cost price of an article be X. So cost price of 15 articles will be 15x because it is given. Selling price of 20 articles equal to cost price of 15 articles. So it means that selling price of 20 articles is also 15x because it is given. Selling price of 20 articles equal to cost price of 15 articles. What we did, we assumed that let cost price of one article be x, so cost price of 15 articles will be 15x. But since this total value is equal to selling price of 20 articles, so selling price of 20 articles is also 15x. So from this you can calculate selling price of one article. How you will calculate? The total 15x divided by 20, because you know unitary method, if selling price of 20 articles is 15x, so selling price of one article will be 15x upon 20, so that is this. Now 5 3s are 15, 5 4s are 20, it is 3x upon 4. You know that 3 upon 4 is always less than 1. It means selling price of one article is less than the cost price of one article, because here we have assumed cost price of one article be x, and here selling price of one article is coming 3x upon 4 or 3 upon 4x, that is less than 1. It means there is a loss. How much loss? Loss means cost price minus selling price. Cost price we assumed was x, selling price we got is 3x upon 4. When you solve, you take 4 as LCM. This will be 4x minus 3x upon 4, or finally it is x upon 4. This is the loss. So we have to calculate loss percent. We know that loss percent is loss upon CP into 100. Loss is x upon 4, CP was x, into 100, which can be written as x upon 4x into 100, x and x cancel, 425 is 100, so there is a loss of 25%. That is question number 4. I hope you have understood this. Now we move on to the sixth question. What is that sixth question? Let's see. Sixth question reads, question number 6 I am writing here as exercise 8. Question number 6 is, a man sold a book at a loss of 20%. A man sold a book at loss 20%. First thing. Then what do they say? If he had sold the book for rupees 12 more, if selling price would have been 12 more, if he would have sold it for 12 more means if the selling price of the book would have been 12 more, he would have gained 10%. He would have gained 10%. Find the cost price of the book. You have to find the cost price of the book. Now, what we are going to do in this, we have to find the cost price. So very first thing that we will do is, we will assume cost price as a variable, or we will say let the cost price of the book be X. I am solving it here. We can say let the cost price of the book be rupees X. We have assumed let the cost price be X. Now we have to, it means now we have to find the value of X. They say sold the book at a loss of 20%. It means we can calculate the selling price. How can we calculate the selling price? Because you have been given loss percent, and we know when loss percent is given, CP is given, we can find out the selling price. Loss percent is given 20 and CP we have already assumed as X. So using this formula we can say 100 minus loss percent, that is 20, upon 100 into X is the selling price. When you solve it, this will be 80. 100 minus 20 is 80 upon 100 into X. 0, 0 cancel, 2 4s and 2 5s. So the selling price of the book is 4X upon 5. Right? Now they say if the selling price would have been 12 more, means if instead of this selling price would have been 12 more. 12 more means plus 12. So another condition, if selling price would have been how much? 4X upon 5 plus 12. 12 rupees plus 12. 12 more. Then he would have gained 10%. Then what would have happened? Then there would have been a gain of 10%. Now this is the selling price. This is the selling price and profit percent is given, cost price is given X. So simply you will use, now you will use this formula, because now there is a gain of 10%. So we will say selling price, that is 4X upon 5 plus 12. Selling price is equal to 100 plus profit percent is 10 upon 100 and into CP, that is X. SP is equal to 100 plus profit percent. Profit is 10% upon 100 into CP. CP is X. We have X. This is what we have assumed. Now only we have to solve it out and we have to find the value of X. So this will be 4X upon 5 plus 12 is equal to 110 upon 100X. 0 and 0 cancel. So it is 11X upon 10, which comes to, or I'll bring 4X minus 5 to that side. So we can say 12 is equal to 11x upon 10 minus 4x upon 5. LCM will be 10. So here it is 11x minus 8x is equal to 12. So 11 minus 8 is 3x upon 10. So you can say 12 is equal to 3x upon 10, cross multiply 12 into 10 is equal to 3x. So x is equal to 12 into 10 upon 3. 3 4s are 12. 40 rupees is the cost price of that article. We have to find out the CP, and we assume let the CP be x, and here we got the value of x. Let the cost price of the article be means the article he would have been. So the cost price of the article is rupees 40. I hope the sixth question is clear to you. Now we move on to the, sorry, this was question number 8. This was question number 8. Now we move on to the 10th question. Now question number 10. I have written the question and grabbed everything. I hope by the time you would have learned, remembered, noticed. Now, what is question number 10? Cost price of two calculators rupees 4,800 together. They say merchant bought two calculators with together costing 4,800. Means cost price of two calculators together is 4,800. One he is selling at a loss of 15%, other is selling at a profit of 19%. But the condition is given, selling price of both calculators is same, find the price, find the cost price of the lower price calculator. What we'll do, let us assume that let the CP or cost price of lower priced calculator be rupees X. If the cost price of lower is X, then higher will be 4,800 minus X. Suppose you bring a pencil and a pen for rupees 100. Suppose the cost price of the pencil is 20. So what will be the cost price of pen? 100 minus 20, that is 80. So that is what we have done. Cost price of two calculators together is 4,800. And we assume let the cost price of the lower variant be X. So higher will be total minus X. So like this. Now in first case, in this case, he is losing 15%. We'll find out the selling price of first calculator. I am writing SP1. Selling price of first calculator will be 100 minus loss percent. Formula is 100 minus loss percent upon 100 into CP. So 100 minus loss percent. Loss percent is 15 upon 100 and into CP means into X. This is for first case. Now in second case, selling price of second calculator will be where he is gaining how much? 19%. So formula is 100 plus profit percent, that is plus 19 upon 100 into cost price. Now cost price is 4800 minus X. For the second calculator, cost price of higher variant was 4800 minus X. So this is the cost price. Now they say selling price of both calculators same, means SP1 is equal to SP2. So what we'll do, this value must be equated to this value. So 100 minus 15 is 85 upon 100 into X is equal to SP1. Now 5 17s is 85 and 5 20s are 100. So it became 17x upon 20. Now in second one, selling price of his this is 119 upon 100 is equal into 4800 minus X. Now what we will do, as it is given that selling price of both calculators same, we will equate this value as well as this value. Means these two values will be equated. That is 17x upon 20 is equal to 119 upon 100 into 4800 minus x. Now we will calculate. Let's see, 119 is 17. 7 sevens are 49. Okay. Now what we can say, this x can be written as 119 upon 100 into 20 upon 17. What I did, I left the x over here. 20 moves to that side. Since it is in division, it will become in multiplication, and this is in numerator, it will become to the denominator, into 4800 minus x. Now 17 sevens is 119. 7 sevens are 49, 4 sevens 411, and 25 is 100. So we got the value of x as x is equal to 7 upon 5 into 4800 minus x. 7 upon 5, 4800 minus x. Now when you multiply 7 into 4800 upon 5 minus 7x upon 5 is equal to x. This 7x upon 5 will come to this side so that all the variables are on the same side. So it will become positive. X plus 7x upon 5 is equal to 5 ones are 5, 5 nines are 45, 30, 5 six are 30 and 0. So 9 six are 42, 4, 9 sevens are 63 and 4, 67. 6720. After calculation we got this, whereas minus 7x upon 5 came to this side is x plus 7 upon 5, and 5 nines are 45, 30, 5 6 are 30, 0, 9 6 are 9 6 are. Now we will take the LCM over here as 5. This will be 5x plus 7x upon 5 is equal to 6720. 5 and 7 is 12x. 12x upon 5 is equal to 6720. So x will be 6720 into 5 upon 12. 12 5s are 60, 12 6 are 72 and 0. 5 6 are 30, 25, 28. Rupees 2800 was the value of the small calculator. We have to find the cost price of lower price calculator, and we already assumed that let the cost price of lower price calculator be x, and here we got the value of x is 2800 rupees. Now the last question is there, question number 12. We'll discuss that after that this exercise finishes off. But I would like to repeat that whichever questions we are doing here on the board, they are supposed to be in your fair notebook. And I have also sent 2 pages. One was summary and one was questions that you are going to stick after the chapter percentage. Both the sheets, first you will stick the summary, then you will stick the questions, and then you will solve those questions. And in case you have doubt, you click a photograph and send me on this number. I'll try to give you the solution of that. Okay, now we move on to question number 12. So we have done almost all the questions in the multiples of 2. Only one question is left, that is question number 12, that we'll be discussing in the next class. So by now you all study properly, and in case you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box, or you can send your question to this number. Right? Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.